Hi everybody, it's Robin McCoy with Keller Williams, and I wanted to chat a little bit today about property taxes. Hot topic right now in the state of Texas and in Dallas County. So I attended an MLS meeting this morning, and what that is, it happens around the Metroplex once or twice a month in all kinds of different areas throughout the Dallas Metroplex. And what it is where realtors come together with their affiliates, meaning the people that make up our extended team. Home warranty people, insurance people, loan people, everybody that helps make a realtor strong. And we include, when we talk about our team, they're the ones that we go to for the answers that we don't have. So we all get together once or twice a month, and we learn something. It's how we get smart. So today at the East Dallas MLS meeting, it was someone from the Dallas Central Appraisal District, or DCAD as we like to call it. And she was there to talk a little bit about property taxes and a little bit about protesting and a little bit about where they get this information. So I thought I'd share what the high points of what I gleaned from it. This is in no way a complete explanation of them. I am not an expert, I'll be honest, but I do have resources to go to, like I said, that help me stay smarter. So a couple of things, and I'm going to look down at my notes here, but a couple of things that she said. When we think of an appraisal, we think of in the sales process, and when you're buying or selling a home, then an appraiser comes out and determines the value of this particular property. They go in the house, they look at the house, they collect data from the neighborhood, and it's all about that particular house. Well, with the appraisal district, which is really almost an assessment district, they look at neighborhoods. Okay, so it's not your house, it's the neighborhood, and what your particular house or property would sell for in that neighborhood, and that's how they assess its value. They call this a mass appraisal, or they are mass appraisers versus a field appraiser who goes in during the transaction process. Now, they are required by law to assess or appraise or value a property at 100% of what it would sell for on January 1st of that year that they're doing the assessment or the appraisal. At any point in time that they are plus or minus 5%, then they must go in and reassess that neighborhood. Now, neighborhoods are divided up in a number of different ways. A lot of it is in a class. So a class 2 house would be maybe wood siding or an older home, whereas a class 21 and maybe a newer home with stone and brick. It could be in multiple of those houses could be in a neighborhood. So they assess these things. They also use the University of Texas at Dallas, UTD, as a third-party resource. So they aren't doing this all themselves. There is a disinterested third party that is also working on these mass assessments and appraisals. By law, they are required to go in and reevaluate a neighborhood a minimum of one time every 3 years. Now, in a market such as ours right now, where it's going and moving up and moving down and fluctuating quite a bit, they're going in and doing it every year. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, let's talk a little bit about exemptions. Okay, so the state of Texas, every homeowner is allowed one homestead exemption. And if you're over 65, you have an exemption. If you're disabled, you have an exemption. If you're in an agricultural area, you can have an exemption. So these are exemptions on your property taxes for your property. One of those is a homestead. Okay, you're only allowed one. So if you have a lake house and a primary residence, you can only claim a homestead on one of those. Now, the homestead must be filed on January 1st, or you must own the house on January 1st of the tax year to file it. So if you are buying a house between now and December 31st, you will want to file your homestead exemption in January of 2020. If you don't close on your house until January 20th, you have to wait until the following January of 2021 to file that exemption. So keep that in mind. So if you bought a house in the last few years and you never did file an exemption for whatever reason, you're allowed to go back 2 years. Okay? So if you bought a house in 2014 and for whatever reason you did not file a homestead exemption on that, you can only collect 2 years back. Okay, so that's something else to keep in mind. It's very easy to file this homestead exemption. You go onto the DCAB website and it tells you what to do. There is no charge for it, and you only have to do it one time for the length of time that you own the property. Okay? The appraisal district, they were a little elusive on where they got their information as far as sold data. Texas is a non-disclosure state. And one of the realtors stood up and said, well, where do you get your sales data? It's a non-disclosure state. And she just said they get it from various places. They have friends that give them the information. So I don't know where they're getting it. And she was not forthcoming with that. So that's just kind of something that's out there that we don't really have a tangible answer for. I get asked that a lot, and I still don't have the answer. But talking about exemptions, I can send you this. So countywide, if you're in Dallas County and you file a homestead exemption on your county taxes, and that's going to include Parkland Hospital and the Community College District and those county services, you're going to get 20% reduction in the value, right? So if you're valued at $100,000, you're going to be valued at $80,000. Now, to help understand or at least get a better handle on what your taxes are and where that number came from. So let me know how I can help you with any of your North Texas real estate needs. My name is Robin McCoy, license number 0582766. I'm with Keller Williams, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.